guys, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, we're going to be doing a quick review on the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Blushes. Now, this is a bit of an interesting situation. I actually got one of them from Sephora. Sephora stocked one of them early on the website, and it was the shade Nude Venus. Now, I have made a purchase from Pat McGrath's website, and I'm waiting for the rest of the blushes to come, but I figured that I would do a quick review on this one because I know how excited you guys are about these blushes, and I just want to get the info out to you as quick as possible for you to make the best decision on whether or not they'll be worth it for you. So let's just do a quick review on this one to start, and then I will be doing a part 2 to this video when I get the rest of it. This is the beautiful Divine Blush that I got from Sephora. Now on Sephora, it's going to be available May 28th, and it's going to be the whole line of blushes except for the shade Nymphette, which is going to be a Pat McGrath website exclusive. This is the outer packaging of the blushes. You can see it's really, really beautiful, very Pat McGrath Labs-esque, of course. I love the purple, although because it's a Divine Blush situation, I think I kind of wished it was pink, maybe. That's just me being totally nitpicky. Of course, this is still stunning. This blush is made in Italy, and it has an 18-month shelf life, although I don't think any of us are going to be throwing it away after a year and a half. We do have 9.7 grams of product. I do love the outer packaging of the Pat McGrath blushes. I'm glad that she kept it to the black lacquer. It's a little bit lighter in hand compared to like a 10-pan Mothership palette, but they're also thicker black lacquer packaging. This is a lot thinner. So I do love how she's kept that packaging, because when she does give us different packaging, it's not always the most luxurious. So this is fantastic. Now on the inside, you do get a mirror, and you also get the powder itself, which has a beautiful rose embossment in the powder itself. This is stunning. I do love how there's a mirror for ease of use when you want to use it on the go, or if you don't have a mirror available. And on the back, we do have the shade name. It's going to be right here on the bottom. So it's really tiny gold font, but it is there, and it does say that it's made in Italy, just like the outer packaging. Each individual blush is going to run you 38 American dollars or 50 Canadian dollars. So we're not talking about a super affordable blush by any means. We're not talking about a hella expensive one either, but it is definitely up there in price point. So I'm gonna let you guys know my honest thoughts on these, because there are a lot of people that are diehard Pat McGrath fans and almost, love everything that she makes. But to me, there's definitely been some flops from her line that I haven't been afraid to tell you guys about, because it is pricey and I do want you guys to enjoy your makeup and feel like you spent your money wisely. I'm going to read off Sephora what this is supposed to be described as. It's a medium coverage blush, pressed powder. It is a weightless powder blush with blendable color. It is a unique air whipped silky finish. Now, as you can see here, based on the swatch, it definitely does have a satiny kind of finish to it. It's powdery. It has a teeny bit of a creaminess, but it is quite powder heavy. When I was doing my swatch and I was kind of putting my finger through the powder as well, there was a little bit of kick up as I was doing that, so it is quite lightweight, but the pigment punch is definitely there. The lightest tap, and I had so much pigment on my brush already. So just so you guys know, they are definitely pigment heavy. I feel like if you are not careful, you will get quite a bit on your brush. Pull it up nice and slow and pat onto the cheek. Blend as you go. This blush definitely has a satiny finish. I do believe that, and it is a peachy pink with some pearl. The golden pearl of this shade does give you a little bit of a glow, you can see, but it's not something super crazy. So when you're thinking about a super glowy blush, I would say this is probably like 25 to 30% glowy, but it's certainly not something that's going to look like a highlight potentially. I do think she did a good job with the finish of this. I think it's very natural, and I do like the fact that, I'm a glowy gal. I do like the fact that there's a bit of a pearl to it to keep it a little bit glowy and really supple on the skin. The other shades I do have coming are Flirtatious, which is supposed to be a soft beige pink demi matte. Then I have the shade Nymphette, which is coming, as well as the quad and the highlight. So stay tuned for that video when I do the rest of the demonstration with the rest of the collection. But I'm going to tell you guys, based on Nude Venus alone, my thoughts on if I think it's worth it. So I think that they are beautiful blushes. I don't think this is a formulation that I am super excited about, that it stands out in the industry as something unique or something that I really feel like you absolutely must have. I do think because it's heavily pigmented, you're going to need a little bit of a learning curve, especially if you're a beginner applying blush and depending on the brush that you use. It's definitely pretty, but I wouldn't say it's like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous, you need, you know? So if you're a blush fan or if you're a Pat McGrath fan, you'll love this. But if you are someone that is kind of like, you know, I have 50 Canadian dollars, I'm looking for something unique or something really worth that money, it's really up to you. I do think that this is a stunning blush, but when it comes to formulation, it's just good. I wouldn't say it is get in your hands right this second. One thing I did notice, and I don't know if this is just me or my experience or the brush I'm using or the shade I have, but I figured I would say something because it is important to know. As I was blending this into my cheek, I noticed that it sort of blended away a little bit, but not too much, but a little bit. So if you have too much pigment on the brush and you place it on the cheek, it's good because it's going to blend nicely in the skin. It almost sort of erases it a little bit, but I don't know if I like the idea that it sort of blends away a touch, and not terribly, but enough to notice. So basically that tip is just how you perceive it. If you like the fact that it's a little bit more user-friendly because you can sort of blend away any mistakes, or you're kind of disappointed because the pigment should stay there and it should blend but not blend away, you know? So that's something also for food for thought. Let me know your thoughts down below on that. I don't know if it's just my blush, if it's this shade, if it's my brush that I used, but it is something I noticed that I figured I would tell you guys about. So when it comes to the other blushes, I will of course let you guys know what I think of them when they come. So do let me know your thoughts on the Nude Venus blush. And of course, I'll be checking back in with the rest of the collection once it arrives, which should be any day now. Very, very excited about that. Until my next one, take care, guys. Stay safe. Bye, guys.